targets. Let me introduce you to the M249 Saw Squad automatic weapon. It's a ferocious firearm that's been used in the U.S. military for the last 30 years. Firing up to 850 rounds per minute, the M249 is the most lethal weapon in a squad's arsenal and only weighs about 15 pounds. In contrast to the Saw, the main rifle carried by a fire team, the M4, is designed to fire short bursts with deadly precision. To fully comprehend the development of the Saw, we have to look back to 1884 and the introduction of the world's first automatic machine gun, the Maxim. Previous attempts at repeat fire guns like the Gatling are hand cranked.
The Maxim gun is reliable, it's heavy, it's old world technology. They are meant to not only work in rough conditions, but built to last.
Hey Dave, I noticed that this particular machine gun looks a lot more like the modern weapons that I'm familiar with, like the M249 Saw.
This is a Maxim. First developed in 1896 in Denmark. What's unique about this is it's actually the first light machine gun.
The Maxim is produced in limited numbers during World War I due to its complex design. One weapon that is mass-produced for the conflict and eventually used by the Americans is a notorious light machine gun called the Show. Stand by.
Magazine!
Really inaccurate. One of the most effective attempts to confront the immobile heavy machine gun in World War I came toward the conflict's end with the Browning automatic rifle, or the BAR M1918, designed to be used by the mobile infantrymen and fired from the shoulder, the hip, or lying on the ground.
Lower. There you go. You got it.
But the weapon that really busts up the conflict's trench stalemate is the Lewis gun. I think another interesting thing about this is that this is actively air-cooled.
This is a kind of a vacuum chamber. So what happens is when the bullet exits the barrel, it creates a vacuum inside there, sucking air from the back to the front. Not only does it help to cool the barrel down, but it gives a less sense of recoil when you're firing the weapon. But you can fire at 600 to 800 rounds almost continuously as sustained fire weapon. You can't do that with any other automatic rifle of World War I.
After World War I was completed, nations on both sides began rearming with new automatic squad support weapons. One of the fiercest weapons of World War II is the Bren Gun. It spits out 520 rounds per minute and weighs only 22 pounds. The Bren is unusually accurate for a light machine gun with a tight cone of fire. Therefore, it is sometimes as useful for sharpshooting as it is for suppressive fire. This is the MG42. What can you tell me about it?
Well, this was the German gun that was called the Nazi Zipper or the Buzzsaw. Because of its high rate of fire, it had a very distinct sound, and it was quite intimidating to most troops.
The MG42 may have had one of the fastest rates of fire for a machine gun in World War II, but speed isn't everything. The fact that it often took 5 other soldiers just to support the gunner is a burden today's light machine guns like the Saw don't have to deal with. Today, this class of guns has evolved further into ideal squad automatic weapons. Versatile, lightweight with increased range and power that can be operated by one man. The H&K 21 Echo is based on the popular G3 battle rifle from the late 1950s. This is made by Heckler & Koch and is designed for versatility. It can use a box belt of 50 or 100 pounds. Its barrel, bolt, and feed mechanism can be swapped out to change calibers from 7.62 millimeters to 5.56 millimeters. While the HK-21E is utilized by the militaries of a number of countries in Asia, Africa, and Latin America, in the US, the M249 Saw is still the top dog of its class.